Hello, everyone. I am out here just chilling out after late night and some later French toast breakfast and wanting to log some thoughts before I forget them. So, anyone who knows me really closely knows I have an absurd collection of hoodies and t shirts. It's kind of embarrassing. The only thing more embarrassing is that I organize them according to the colors of the spectrum, which is like, I'm sure, some sort of condition. Today, I'm wearing my yellow NASA shirt because yellow is my favorite color, and NASA is one of my favorite organizations ever. Not because it is perfect, but because it is aggressive with its nerd game in solving problems under the highest possible stakes. If NASA messes up, people die. And if people die, NASA could lose public support and it could cease to exist. So throughout the best parts of its history, it has had to be incredibly aggressive in trying to anticipate and solve problems and then study and understand what went wrong when calamities do happen. And understanding we're all imperfect and awful things happen, I take great heart knowing that an organization like NASA exists as an example of what we can do when faced with something horrible. So, thinking about NASA, uh, one of the things that has been most horrifying about what's been coming out the last few weeks is just how much information the Justice Department had at its disposal. And it's really embarrassing in a way that transcends any specific administration and kind of indicts the Department of Justice as a governing concept. If it were up to me, the only thing more important than holding offenders accountable is doing extensive hearings to understand exactly how this happened, that the Justice Department could have this much information yet show so little investigative curiosity. Trying to give grace, I think about what I know of Justice Department protocols, the need for corroborating witnesses, and the difficulty of establishing warrants. And it occurs to me that perhaps our entire due process and investigative burden of proof standards may need to be re-examined. As I think on it, the very people who created our burden of proof and reasonable doubt standards and the standards required to get warrants or to bring charges, those things were all written by men. And that kind of feels as silly as the coyote telling the roadrunner how fast they can run. So if we wanted to fix things, one thought would be maybe to have hearings with survivors who are willing to discuss how the Department of Justice and investigators and police officers failed them when they tried to report the things that happened to them. If we took that seriously and gave more voices that haven't been heard a chance to be involved in the process of refining our investigative and prosecution standards and burden of proof standards, maybe we could keep a lot more people safe and restore faith, not just in the Justice Department, but in this society. That's my thought for today. I hope you have a wonderful day. Talk to you later.